Okay, 2024 Gbazbos, uche nwezi versus Choice TV, IVF case, Beta Edu. What is the similarity between Uche Nwezi's case and the Beta Edu? Do you know who I'm talking about? If you don't know, then you have to be updated. The lady that was just fired by Nigerian President Mr. Tinubu. So let us talk. This is going to be a learning process for Welcome Back Entertainment Daily lovers. Let's get right into these gbazgbos that Choice TV just brought. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notification bell if you are enjoying our gist. All right. So Choice TV has been missing out in action for a little bit now, and she came back with fire. Okay, she came back with a lot of revelation. She came out with a lot of spilling of tea. Okay, calling out Uche Nwezi that she did IVF, but not just because that Uche did IVF, but Uche refused to contact the doctor to say she had put to bed. And Choice was trying her best not to really expose too much, but from everything she had said on that live stream, everyone got to know that Uche's pregnancy was not just natural, but it was assisted one. It's an IVF process. But some person was saying, why do you guys care about that? Nobody cares about that. IVF is 100% okay. And I think people are so ignorant. That's why they make a big deal out of it. And I think one of those ignorant persons is also Uche Nwezi. And I'm saying this because this is not a shade. This is coming from a good place because of the things that Uche had said before about IVF. I remember discussions she had with Lily Pope where she was like, IVF is not something she wanted to do. Lily asked her if it was because of the cost, because it's expensive. She said not just that, of course she doesn't have the fund, but not just that, that she just prefers to wait on God and stuff like that. Do you guys see where I'm talking about? Uche Nwezi and Beta Edu. And Uche Nwezi looks like someone that loves to keep a whole lot of secret. But when you are a YouTuber, a content creator, you have to put out certain things out there. And when you put these things out there, you don't have to say, okay, I'm going to keep this aside, because Uche Nwezi came out and, gave us episode upon episode about her pregnancy, how she found out she was pregnant, how all we praying, God finally did it. And I feel like there is nothing wrong in you saying, oh my goodness, God, thank you for passing through this person to bless me, for passing through this person to touch me, because I feel like one thing that YouTubers should understand, or content creators, there are a lot of people that look up to you when you have a certain number. You start having certain following. You see people receiving gifts, people even checking on you when you're not online and stuff like that. There are people that look up to Uche Nwezi. Uche gives this a born again Christian, always praying, always doing church stuff, and seemed like she came from a family of pastors and stuff like that. So I can actually understand when she's doing all these old churches things. But at the same time, you guys, let us understand that this is a gift from God. See that doctor's hand as a gifted hand. Not every doctor can do what this man is doing and get the rate of success that this particular doctor is getting. And as people need to understand that God will not come down from heaven to come and help you. None of us as humans can stand the presence of God. People say, oh, God, speak to me, God, speak to me. If God tried to speak to you, you're just gonna you're gonna pass out. You won't even hear the message out of fear, the tremble and everything. God will not come down from heaven. God will pass through people to bless you. And that's how people miss their blessings sometimes, because they're like, oh God, I'm waiting on God. I'm fasting and praying. So I feel like Uche would have just hinted that God, that like there was an assistant there. And there is absolutely nothing wrong. If you know IVF process, if you don't even need to be someone in the medical system or whatever. You could just Google it, read about it, watch videos. I'm not talking about this, and get professional, read about these things, and you will know the process and what is involved. It is God. Leave the fact that science is trying their best to prove that God does not exist. But if you notice, every time they've tried to do that, they've only proven that he does exist. So people should. What's my point? It seems like I'm preaching here. Of course, we're talking about Uche Nwezi. If we don't preach, what will gain? Okay, so my point here is Uche Nwezi shouldn't have felt some type of way or trying to keep it a secret and portray that picture. People are saying, well, she just said she was pregnant. She just said this, but she did not say how she got pregnant. Yes, she did not say, but she did not out like say, oh my goodness, I conceived naturally or anything. She did not say that, but from other things that she said, that is what she was saying, that a miracle happened. And am I saying miracles don't happen? Miracles do happen. But first of all, one thing you have to understand also, your faith you need to work on yourself to get to that point. And sometimes people don't understand that they've not reached there yet. It's not that she wouldn't have been able to achieve it by herself, but maybe she had not built her faith to that level where she can start moving mountains. That is why God is passing through someone to help her move that mountain, move that stumbling block and making it a stepping stone. So while thanking God, you can actually say, oh God, thank you for passing through Dr. Whatever, if you want to say his name or if you don't want to, but to bless me. But Uche painted a picture that made it look like this was just a miracle, and other people that are looking up to her will feel like, oh my goodness, okay, it took Uche this amount of years to, I don't know, I don't remember how old Uche's son is right now, but I think it's Uche's, it has been over 5 years. So it took Uche this long. Let me keep waiting. When you know that you could have done something, if maybe Uche, because they look up to Uche, they believe so much, Uche, she's holy, she's doing God's thing, and look at what happened, and they keep waiting. When the help, the answer that they've been praying for, God has already placed it right in front of them. But because our people are not always that open and transparent to have this conversation, to understand that God passes through people to bless people, they will always just say, like God came down from heaven and just did this miracle for them. The same with the Beta Edu that went to church. Imagine this woman went to church as massive as that of Reverend and Pastor Oyedepo, went there, said, oh, Shiloh 2022, I want to come back Shiloh 2023, I want to be a minister, Betty yada yada, and talking about all those nonsense. Look at how she embarrassed that pastor now, making him look like his prayers didn't work, like he couldn't see a thing, because now she's a thief. So I don't know, man. Thank you, guys.